Hello, today's reading is for the new moon in Virgo. You may have been picking up on this energy already. A lot of that for me feels like declutter, organize, cleanse, ensure that you can focus on the areas that require focus and that anything extraneous is not taking up that time, energy, mind space, all of that. So it's a lovely energy to work with, especially as we head into a new season. I feel like it's a really nice time to work within the space of the home to create a more streamlined, comfortable sanctuary for yourself, even starting in just one room and going through the drawers, that sort of thing. That feels like Virgo energy. But today's reading won't be too long. Tuning in for the energy of the collective mind space. I pulled 3 cards on, and the Lovers, 9 of Wands, and Justice card came up. And in terms of this being in this mental space, Lover's card is also traditionally called the choice card. So it can be about making decisions, maybe in romantic situations, but it can be big, important decisions being made, so that makes sense for it to be in the mental space. This nine of Wands is a card of, it's like a resilient nature. It's like, go ahead, throw it at me, I still got it. Kind of like pulling in that strength for that last hurrah that's needed, the last push, like finding that inner strength to do that. And I do like seeing Justice in there. I feel like it's almost the way that it fell in this reading feels like things are going to balance out. Karma will step in and, you may be involved in legal matters, may not be. There may be contracts involved. Either way, some of that might have been weighing on the mind, but there is sort of this pointing to things balancing out and working out as they should for all parties involved, for the highest and best for all parties involved. Heart space is interesting energy. First card is the 5 of Swords. Then I had the Queen of Swords, and then we had the Knight of Swords. So Swords energy abounds, and Swords energy is actually mental energy. That's how I interpret it. And with this being in the heart space, it's almost like, like we can't even get out of our own heads right now. So there's this feeling of like something just like doesn't feel fair, and I feel like that's in regards to an interpersonal relationship. It's not always like a loving partnership relationship. This can be with family members, this can be with friends, this can be with coworkers that we're close to, this can be any interpersonal relationship. But what we might be feeling is like almost like kind of like I got it like set up, like someone had an unfair advantage. That's something that's associated with this card. And so the heart space feels a lot more still. I like this Queen of Wands energy. It's almost like making a sharp decision, doing what we have to do for like a self-preservation. I would always say, for the kindest way, for the highest and best of all involved, but still feels like a mental decision, making that from like a clear space, because she is a queen, so she can do that. Maybe watching our words and trying to ensure that when we do speak, we can speak in a diplomatic way and not be too cutting. And then same with the Knight of Swords. So it can also feel like a hasty, like, oh, like I said that or I did that, and I kind of did it without thinking too much. It just sort of like was a quick knee-jerk reaction type of thing. And a lot of times to me it feels like involving communication. So there might be some of that weighing on the heart space right now. Apologies go a long way, and so does just taking that like pause to breathe before responding and ensuring that it's coming from a space where what we're saying has sort of been filtered through the heart center. Yep. And then for the action space, we have the Fool. Oops. We have the Page of Cups, and we have the Tower. And actually the way they fell was like this. So in terms of action, there's something new that needs to be looked into, started, kind of like a free fall, like, and it's a-okay. Maybe it's a new project, maybe it's a new friendship, a new collaboration, a new hobby that might turn into something entirely different. I feel like with the Tower card here, given the times that we're in also, it's almost like the universe has divinely stepped in to assist in that process. Like if something fell away, if it feels like the rug was taken out from under you, if the job didn't come through or something like that, that can also be this like lightning bolt of the universe, kind of like, no, that was not for you at this time. And it's okay, because it's okay to try something brand new that's been on your heart. And almost this overlaying energy here of doing so with like a very open heart, childlike wonder, like excitement and joy, and coming from that pure heart space in whatever it is that you're looking to do. Don't worry so much about like, is this going to make me a lot of money? Am I going to become famous from it? That sort of thing. That doesn't feel like this action. It feels like instead of plotting out friendships and experiences and things like that for like how they can serve, just go in with that open heart. Just go in and just free fall a bit. It's really beautiful and healthy and okay to do that every now and then, to have some faith that the universe is aligning things for you, and that the more that we tune into that heart energy, the more we're going to see those opportunities and those synchronicities around. So watching for the signs that light us up, and then being willing to sort of take that leap of faith. Okay, and then the 3 overall for the whole energy were in order. 8 of Wands. This is sweet. 6 of Cups. And Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands has come up a couple times now. That is sort of that like, oh, she's so creative, she's glowing, doing exactly what she wants. And again, this isn't like gender specific. This can be guys too. This is everybody who's sort of stepping into their confidence more. They're showing up as someone who's exciting because they are passionate about what they're doing, and they're not stuck in their head. They're not stuck you know, in a heart space that's like closed off or negative. They're in this very like open, expansive energy. It's beautiful. I do love seeing the 6 of Cups here. This is so sweet. This is young child with the puppy, and then as an older adult with the grown dog. I just love it. It has like a nostalgic feel. 6 of Cups feels to me too like sometimes past life stuff, maybe. It sort of speaks to those connections, those emotional connections that just feel light and lovely and familiar in a good, healthy way. This can be connecting with family, with siblings, with loved ones from the past. This can be looking back on what was very good, also what you enjoyed as a child, because I feel like that might fuel some of that action step, because a lot of times we come into this world just naturally lighting up about certain things. Show me a person at 7 years old and that's the man they'll be. It's something like that, right? So what lit you up at 7 years old? And like really feel into that. Maybe explore that a bit more, because we don't get to have as much fun and joy and creative living in our adult life unless we tune into the inner child a little bit. Okay, and then with the 8 of Wands, this has come up regularly too. It is speaking to, in my opinion, like a communication coming in, and it's coming in quickly, or it could even be multiple forms of communication. I think in today's day and age, it's not too far out there to say that this feels like digital communication, like people contacting you via social media. And And maybe this is to sort of like say, hey, let's make a YouTube channel, or I want to start like a dog walking business, something like that. Like there might be some type of communication like that that feels very exciting and like a leap of faith, and feel into it, of course, but that's how this reading feels right now. Like new opportunities. I think the only area I'm most concerned with is making sure in the heart space that we're not too focused on the mental, that we actually can feel into it, take into account how other people would be affected by our words. Yeah, just sort of be diplomatic in speech, and cutting ourselves a bit of slack too, because it looks like at some point something might not have been incredibly fair with that Five of Swords there. Someone might have, you know, kind of done something behind your back or said something that caused you to like lose confidence. But what that card asks for really is to just refocus, rebuild, find that confidence again. And I feel like the best way to do that is to tune into the inner child, find out what those things were that brought you that kind of joy, that increases that vitality within, because everything truly is vibrational. So love and light to you. Hope this new moon in Virgo serves you very well. It's a wonderful time to manifest. So when manifesting, write down or spend some time in meditation thinking about the way that you want to feel during the next lunar cycle ahead. I prefer to focus on the emotion behind things instead of the actual physical things we're bringing into manifestation. So asking to feel free, and asking to experience grace, asking to feel more joy and comfort in daily life, and asking for that for others as well, if it's in their highest and best good. Asking for that for our planet. We can work with manifestation energy to serve the greater good. And so, that being said, much love to you.